Hiya, welcome back to the channel. So before us we have a Ford transhitter, and yesterday this Ford transhitter broke down and left us stranded for a while. Yes. While waiting for green flag fucking about. And the reason why it broke down was, if we look over here, I'm not going to start it because, well, I think the battery's flat anyway, but I'm not going to start it because it's leaking diesel from there. And when it's running, it's knocking, injector knock, and I believe the reason is because it's gone over pressure. Anyway, that was my suspicions. Green flag came out, read some codes, and it did say that the fuel rail pressure was higher than desired. So that's what this video is, rectifying that fault. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change, you can't really see that through the bag, but that is a fuel pressure regulator, and it's in a wonderful place. It is not awkward at all to get to. It's on the back of the fuel pump somewhere down there. So first I'm going to take this shitter off, which is two 8mm bolts holding it in place. I'll remove them nice and carefully, and then with them nice and carefully removed, that also can be nice and carefully removed. There's a little pipe which hooks into that, so if you need to take it off, just be careful of it not ripping that out. Now we can see not a lot still, but try and show you, get some light onto the situation. If you look underneath that inlet manifold, you can see my finger wiggling there. That is the part that I need to take off. And if I pull this wiring loom out of the way a little bit, then you can see it better. That is the part that I need to change, and it's held on, I think, with two 5mm Allen bolts, and it's got a plug on the back of it there. As you can see, it's focusing perfectly on the plug, whatever. And to get to it, what I need to do is I need to get my hand, I need to reach round here, and then there is a pipe on the EGR valve which is smack bang in the fucking way. But if I reach under there, you're not going to be able to see much of this, but you can see where it is and what I'm trying to do. There's a plug on the back of it that needs taking off. Yes. And then, like I said, 5mm Allen key. I've got mine on a ratchet, but I don't know how you can see it. That probably not a lot, but you've just got to fight your way through around everything and then take the two bolts out that actually hold it into place. Which I'm going to do off camera because you can't fucking see any of it anywhere. Yes. And trying to get to the other one, the stupid EGR pipe is directly in the way. So I'm thinking, although I have done this job before without taking that off, I'm thinking if I undo them two bolts there, them two 8mm bolts there, then it might give it a little bit of wiggle room just to give me a little bit more space. So that's what I'm going to do next. And now, as you can see, with those removed, that has made a tiny bit of difference. Obviously the EGR pipe goes into that, so it's still connected to that. And it's moving enough now, so I should be able to get the socket onto it a bit easier. Yes. Yes. So now the regulator itself should be ready to pull out. Which, as you can see, absolutely nothing. Yeah, there it is. Coming out and behaving itself perfectly. And that is the offending part, and this should be a little metal gasket on that, but it seems like that is actually stuck to the back of the pump. Well, you can see, because I can't see the phone screen, so I don't know what you can see there. And of course you could see absolutely nothing, but a bit of digging around and we have a gasket and an O-ring. We've got a new gasket and a new O-ring, and in the packet we've actually got two little pins to put in to line it up, because it looks like it's going to be a bit of a dick to line up, but I want to try and do it without it just because I like struggling.
It's struggle every day, but you gotta hold on. Take the pain away if you can make it.
No, in fact, I think I will actually use these because they could help quite a bit. So you just put them into the actual bolt holes. I don't know if you can see anything at all there, you can't see fuck all, but I'm putting them into the actual bolt holes and just tightening them with my fingers a little bit. And then that lines up so I can put the gasket and this onto it without getting it misaligned. And then after attempting to put that in and it's a bit too awkward, I've decided to disconnect. There's two 8mm bolts on the back of here, just on the underside of it, and then that should pull off of that EGR pipe to give me just a little bit more room. And with the extra room and lots of swearing, I've actually managed to fit it. That was way more of a twat than I remember it being. I've done that before, before I started doing YouTube videos a few years ago, and I don't remember it being as bad as that. The worst thing is you got to get the O-ring in, and the O-ring doesn't sit on the shaft of this central, so you have to put the O-ring into the back of the pump first, because it sits in a lip, and then once you've got the O-ring in, then you've got to put the gasket on, and then when you come to put that in, it's tight, and you've got to push it and wiggle it gently not to tear the O-ring, because that O-ring there, the internal O-ring, where that goes, wouldn't it be funny if that was a new one and I put the old one back on? Where that O-ring fits into the pump, that goes into the back of the pump, and that is tight, so you need to put some diesel on it really, and then wiggle it into place, and then you've got to get your bolts in. As you can see, the bolts are now fitted. As you can see, nothing at all. Yeah, and it is plugged in. Yeah, so that's now fitted. I need to put all this shit back together, but that's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just going to do that off camera, and I'll come back when I've done that. Yes, so that is all back together, and we are almost ready to finish the job. But I've taken this out, which is a 19mm, and goes into the back of the rail, because that was dripping when it went over pressure. That basically, I don't know if you can see, there's wet around there. That pressure washed underneath the bonnet with diesel, so it probably won't rust now. But now I wanted to check. In all honesty, I was looking at them online, and it looked like they came with a copper washer, but it might just be for that copper wash which goes on the back there, because that is a very high pressure straight into the rail, about 20 million bar, and like these don't have copper on them. I don't think copper would handle that, so I think it's just meant to be really fucking tight, and it might be single use. So I'm going to put that in and tighten it up as much as I can. 172 Newton meters is the figure that I got off the interweb. Whether that's right or not, I'm just going to do it as tight as I fucking can. Let's get that shitter back in. And now with that screwed in and very tight, I can plug that back in. That's the pressure relief valve, by the way. So down there on the back of the pump, that controls the pressure. That's fucked up, it's gone over pressure, and then that's what's give the seal. Actually, there is what's give. And at the same time, it was a little bit knocky when it was ticking over, but it wouldn't rev up because the pressure would go into high, so it just go an engine malfunction. Nah, don't like it, and not letting it go any higher, which has probably saved it from fucking up further. But yeah, that was dripping, and then when you revved it was coming out like a pressure washer. And so now, as long as I've got that tight enough so it's not leaking, I need to recalibrate that new pressure regulator, which I need to do through Diagnostics, and for which I'm going to use this ThinkCar. So the first thing I need to do is go into power control module, and I need to read the fault codes and reset them. And if we look, we can see we've got various issues with fuel pressure. I need to clear them because it won't do a relearn if there's fault codes present for that shit. So let's clear them. And then I need to go back out of here, back out of here, back out of here, special function, and I need to go to injector coding and injector pump learn, and then I need to follow the instructions on here. So turn ignition to on, ignition is on. Start the engine and press OK. Yes. Just while that's doing that, I'll just have a quick look and see if that's still leaking. So far it appears it's not still leaking. And now after waiting a few minutes, we are up to a temperature that it's happy with, and it's told me to turn it off. So let's turn off the ignition switch. Press OK. Turn the ignition to on. Press OK. Turn off the ignition switch. And now it should be calibrating the shitter. Now that took about 2 minutes, so turn the ignition off, press OK, permanent listening successfully complete. Right, it appears that we have actually done it, so now I've just got to wait for it to do that shit again. Then when that finishes, like so, it should be done, so we are succeeded. And that should be it, so let's start the shitter back up. Double check that we're not on fire and we don't have any leaks or anything like that. And also, you didn't hear it before when it was fucked, but that sounds so much nicer and so much smoother. I need to put that shitter back on here, which is very simple and easy to do, but it's getting dark now, so I'm not going to be able to film any of it. So I think I'm going to leave the video there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual shit, and see you next time.